This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has approved a star rating evaluation of all federal government service centres. His Highness stated that completing the rating exercise for all service centres is the beginning of a new phase of quality development in the country. He added that the UAE is the only country in the world that rates its service centres on the same star rating system for hotels, and that they are determined to achieve the highest levels of customer satisfaction. He added that 2 years ago, they launched a new initiative where government organisations compete with the private sector in service quality. This star rating system is a purely Emirati initiative that they hope to export to the rest of the world. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed made his comments during his visit to the Emirates Identity Authority in Al Barsha, which received a 5-star rating. He also approved the results of a star rating exercise conducted among all federal government service centres. 5 centres received a 5-star rating, while 44 centres obtained a 4-star rating and 83 a 3-star rating. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, who's also the General Supervisor of the Dubai Islamic Economy Development Centre, has issued a directive to form a special committee to study the potential setup of the first ever international Sharia-compliant import and export bank. According to news agency WAM, the committee will be made up of members of the board of the DIEDC, members of the Dubai Export Development Corporation and Noor Bank. The aim of the new bank is to take advantage of the growing global demand within the Islamic finance sector and to achieve integration between all sectors involved in halal investment, trade and industry. Sami Al-Kamzi, the Managing Director of Dubai's Department of Economic Development and the Deputy Chairman of the DIEDC, was quoted as saying that this world-class financial organisation will focus on supporting the global commercial flow in and out of the UAE. When set up, the new Ex-Im Bank will offer new and innovative commercial funding solutions for a wide range of corporations and organisations in the commodity trade sector, further enhancing the status of the UAE in the commercial and financial landscape. If approved, the new bank will be the first of its kind in the world, with capital raised from private investors. Under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai and Minister of Finance, who's also the President of the Dubai Health Authority, and supported by the Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Award for Medical Sciences, the 5th annual case-based approach to controversies in cardiovascular disease conference kicked off in Dubai earlier today. Held at the Mohammed bin Rashid Academic Medical Centre, the accredited conference is organised by the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic over from the USA in collaboration with the Emirates Cardiac Society, which will run through until October the 10th. His Excellency Humaid Al-Khatami, the chairman of the board of the Dubai Health Authority, visited the conference today and assured attendees that the UAE leadership is highly focused on healthcare services and on providing the UAE with healthcare facilities to cover all medical specialities in line with international standards. According to organisers, the conference delivers up-to-date information on this particular health issue that affects so many people worldwide. And what makes it unique is that they are presenting all topics in a real-world, case-based format, which encourages participation and debate among the faculty and attendees.
It's case-based. What it means is that we bring cases, real cases that we have seen in both institutions, cases that have been challenging in terms of management, because today's management is really an integrated type of management. It requires the collaboration of multiple disciplines in managing these complicated cases. And so we bring these cases to share them with the audience. Cardiovascular diseases remain the #1 killer, both here in the UAE and in the Western Hemisphere. And part of the reason is the epidemic of obesity epidemic, with it the diabetes epidemic, hypertension epidemic, hypercholesterolemia or increased lipids and cholesterol epidemic. And these are all the institutions in the UAE and the ministries of health and all the health-related agencies are fully aware of this epidemic and are trying to tackle it.
The conference also offers attendees an opportunity to understand how new data can be incorporated into the management of cardiovascular disease. Today's presentations included sessions on important topics such as coronary artery disease, heart disease interventions, and patient selection and outcomes.
Cholesterol, as we get older, everybody's cholesterol tends to increase, but it's really increased by things that we eat and by our lack of exercise and our sedentary lifestyle. Now, there are some people who are genetically predisposed to having high cholesterol, in which case that's very difficult to control. But for most of us, a lot of times our cholesterol can be controlled with our diet and exercise and lifestyle modification.
Stress is certainly an important risk factor for heart disease, for stroke. It affects your blood pressure. And the reality is there's stress in life, some of which is unavoidable. There's some good stress. But in terms of the bad stress that really tries to drag us down, that we spend time worrying about things, I think fundamentally trying to reduce stress in a couple of ways. First is by exercise, by getting that regular physical activity. And sometimes it's a matter of just getting out for 5 or 10 minutes and not necessarily having to commit for a longer period of time. And I think second is making sure that you have a good support network.
Customers who submit an online UAE tourist visa application will be automatically able to retrieve paid financial guarantees through his or her debit or credit card without having to consult with any entity. It was revealed that users of the Ministry of Interior's smartphone app, UAE MOI, can send direct requests for refunds for all 30 or 90-day single-entry tourist visas that are applied for with an Emirati citizen or a resident as a sponsor. The Acting Assistant Undersecretary of the Ministry of Interior for Naturalisation, Residency and Ports Affairs, Major General Khalifa Hareb Al-Khalili, was quoted as saying that through these new procedures, the ministry is aiming to save customers time and effort while coming up with smart solutions that support the shift to high-end electronic services. Furthermore, it was highlighted that the financial guarantees are returned only if the visitor leaves the country within the statutory period or if his request was rejected by the ministry and if the visitor exceeds the duration of his or her stay in the country. Ras Al Khaimah police have decided to extend the 50% reduction on traffic fines, which will start on the 2nd of December this year, which of course marks the 44th National Day anniversary of the UAE. The Director of Central Police Operations in RAK, Brigadier Ghanem Ahmed Ghanem, was quoted as saying that strong demand by drivers who have been benefiting from the traffic fine reduction prompted them to extend the date, which was previously set to expire on the 2nd of December. The director also stated that ever since the decision was enforced on the 1st of July this year, a total of 7,339 drivers have so far benefited from the extension. The Dubai Government Excellence Programme has launched the Dubai We Learn initiative that aims to empower an institutional learning culture and the transfer and exchange of knowledge in the government sector in cooperation with international experts. The initiative consists of 3 components: how we excel, training, and participating at the annual Best Practices Forum. Each government entity participating in the initiative nominates a project where it can develop one aspect of institutional performance through learning from the best international practices. The applications must include information about the project's objective, the groups involved in the project, a description about the current situation before exchanging knowledge, the expected benefits, and the resources available for the project. Officials added that this is also an opportunity to communicate and learn from other government entities as well as guidance from an international expert, which will provide participating members with a level of perfection in exchanging knowledge as well as benchmarking. And finally, the stage is all set for cricketing action to return to the UAE, as the England and Pakistan cricket teams are in the country, where they'll go head-to-head in a 3-match test series, followed by limited over games. The action starts off in Abu Dhabi on Monday, the 13th of October, with Team Pakistan looking to repeat their 3-0 win over the English side back in 2012. Pakistan entered the series with high hopes after a crushing win over Sri Lanka during their away series, while England will bring in their fine form of a successful summer season where they reclaimed the Ashes. The UAE has been home for the Pakistan side since 2009, where they've had a fair share of success recently, where they outclassed the world #1 side Australia by 2-0 and a 1-1 draw against New Zealand in the Test series. After the clash in the capital, the series will move on to Dubai for the second test, which will run from the 22nd to the 26th of October, while the final test will be held in Sharjah from the 1st to the 5th of November. Commenting during the press conference, Pakistan Misbah-ul-Haq believes that despite the absence of their top performer of 2012 series, Saeed Ajmal, their spin department will continue to be a threat for the visitors.
It's a new series, and we have to play 3 more test matches. That's the way we have to just look forward. Different England team. Obviously, we are confident. We've been really playing good cricket, but at the same time, England is also playing good cricket. So we need to focus on our basics, and we really need to work hard. And that's what we are looking for. We are not just looking at the results. We will definitely go day by day, session by session. It's about all bowlers who've been really playing they all have to play their role, and obviously your batting really have to score big runs for that. So to win a test match, to win a series, I mean, you can't just only focus on one bowler, or you can only depend on one bowler. I think it's a team effort. As a team, you have to really perform well. So we know that Yasir is our strength, but I think Zulfikar, Babar, and the fast bowlers, I mean, they will definitely play a key role here because of the reverse swing, and especially with the new ball also, you get some sort of help, especially in Abu Dhabi.